Hello, Internet. Thank you for coming to my channel. I'm the hopeful boy, Sam, and welcome to The Last Door Season 2 Collector's Edition, Part 1. Now, the last one ended with kind of an occultist type of feel. This one, I have no idea what to expect, except judging by all those masks, about the same thing, to be honest. Start with Episode 1. All progress of Season 2, Episode 1 will be lost. Do you want to... Yeah, start over. I've never... Previously on The Last Door. They are coming. None of us could prepare for this. Am I missing something here? The visions screaming were merely a warning. Oh no. Sorry, I'll put it back, I swear. And now it is too late. They are coming. New game, new intro. I'll let it play. Last door. I don't know why there's still an option to skip. Last night, I had the nightmare again, but this time it was different. This time, he talked to me. It's still a point and click, huh? Okay. Wonder why it told me about WASD. Oh. Ooh, it's much smoother. It was the same unknown street, void of any sound and life. I walked aimlessly, as if I were lost. Then I could hear it, the broken tromping on the wet cobblestone, the familiar sounds of approaching limping footsteps. Howdy there, partner. Then, as before, he stood in front of me, gazing unrelentlessly, like he was expecting something. This time he spoke. Give me back what he took. Nothing else. Give me back what he took. What's going on? No, I have fallen asleep again. What time is it? Dawn? Already? Ugh. Well, it is time. Dawn sucks. Then again, I never get up before noon usually. Except occasionally I'll get up at like 10:30. But dawn? Oh, heck no. It was several months since Kaufman and I had found that mysterious letter in Anthony Beechworth's house. A letter never sent, with a cryptic warning of what would happen if a certain door were opened. It bore only the name of the address, Alexandre Du Pre. We felt sure Du Pre was key to finding my patient and friend, Jerry Devitt, who had disappeared in such strange circumstances, troubled by the death of his friend Anthony. Devitt had visited the school of his childhood and had never been seen again. Kaufman soon conveyed to me his deep concerns and warned that I should conduct any investigation with the utmost discretion. He pursued his own research. Though his thoughts and methods remained a secret, in his last letter he requested that I visit East Hill Lunatic Asylum in London. There were reasons to believe that Alexandra had been institutionalized there for many years. I was asked to confirm his hypothesis, and, if it proved correct, to gather what other informations might arise. I hope you guys don't mind my narration. Gonna turn this down just a bit more. Hopefully that'll work. Hopefully that'll work. Maybe if I pull it further away. A little bit. Okay. Oh, is this am I going to travel through London? That's kind of cool. Season 2, Episode 1, The Playwright. So this is East Hill Lunatic Asylum. Yes. I hope I can find information about Alexandre Du Pre here. East Hill Lunatic Asylum. Just go home. Oh, okay, it's a coach I can take through London. Bye. Leap Street and blah blah blah. Good morning. I would like to purchase a newspaper. Good morning, boy. Dude, don't call him a boy. Call him a little sir, but don't call him a boy. That's rude. If you're ever in a French restaurant, never say garçon, because you're just shouting boy. And nobody likes being called a boy in the middle of a restaurant, especially if they're 26 and waiting you for less than minimum wage, only making tips. Will you give me a newspaper? Yes, sir. It's a sixpence. I'm afraid I don't have sixpence. Can you make change for a shilling? I don't know what this means. I'm sorry, I can't, sir. But you know where to find me when you have the coins. Can you tell me about this building? The asylum? I've never been inside, and I hope I never will. It's full of crazies, you know. Have you seen anything unusual around here? No, but maybe if you bought a newspaper. You suck, kid. Goodbye, boy. Bye, sir. Boy. Ladies and gentlemen, don't miss the latest news in town. Boy. Just God of War. Boy, what are you doing over there? Boy. A few cardboard sheets lie on the bench. Each shows perfectly symmetric design in black ink. Good morning. Ah, yes, a lovely morning. Sunlight of a quite fascinating character. I beg your pardon? The light. It makes everything look different, you see. Light touches things, soaks into them and changes their nature. It makes them shimmer and makes them die. Makes them shimmer or it makes them die. Do you live here in the hospital? I do indeed. My family is a generous benefactor of East Hill. To East Hill. They had me committed, but I don't blame them. They are just incapable of appreciating my art, or any art, for that matter. They mistake it for insanity. You have some curious drawings right there beside you. Oh, you mean these? that thing that doesn't exist. They're only art that makes any sense here. The doctors use them to cajole some patients into revealing secret inner truths. I won't return them to the doctors until they've returned what they've stolen from me. Like, Rorschach tests? What are you drawing? I am not just drawing, my friend. I am trying to feel the light, to translate its power to the surface of the paper. Those animals don't like it, though. They don't want me to succeed, so they just take them away. They take my drawings and they study them and they laugh, because my eyes can see the light, and theirs are blind. But someday, everyone will understand. Hey man, art's difficult. Who are they? The ones that want to take your art away. Ha! Those foolish caretakers. They hide behind a big mirror, where they think themselves safe, and they look at me. They observe me. They even take notes. That's a stressful life. Do you know a man? My name is Dr. Wakefield. I'm looking for a man who lived here some time ago. Would you happen to know one Alexandre Du Pre? Was I just reading it wrong the whole time? Huh. I might have been. The name does not ring a bell. I have not been here long, though. You should ask the other patients. They may be able to help you. Some have been here for many years. Or you could ask one of the others, the brutes who keep us here. Would you happen to know where your drawings are now? I suspect they are somewhere in the archive, since I've seen confiscated items taken there before. You seem different from the rest. Can I trust you? I've been trying to sneak in for days now, but Miss Riswell keeps a tight guard on the door. I even stole the key from one of those guards. You're a doctor. Surely you could gain entry if you could recover my drawings. I would be so grateful. Here, take the key with you. I must go. Have a lovely day. Nice day. The large door is made of strong metal. This must lead to the secure ward of the hospital. How long this one's gonna be. I mean, if I have to go to different places, then maybe I can just cut up episodes and make it a bit easier. That's a thought. Hey, I'm very sketch about this place. Good morning, madam. My name is Dr. Wakefield. I am a psychiatrist. Oh my, good morning. Forgive my manners. I get so excited when we have visitors. We don't get many these days, and certainly we are lacking experts like you. What do you mean, lack experts? Every year we get less funding from the Crown. First, the doctors started to leave, then it was the caretakers. Now very few remain. But we have the responsibility to our poor patients, do we not? We must care for them. They cannot be out living with the proper people. We must keep ourselves safe, and our patients too, of course. I'm looking for a man who used to be a patient here a few years ago. His name was Alexandre Du Pre, but the other one said Alexander. Did you by chance ever meet him? Alexandre Du Pre. Yes, there was one with a foreign name. I remember something of him. A good man, if I recall correctly. An educated man. But there was something strange about him, wasn't there? I believe it scared some of the other patients. You never know with this lord. I'm sorry that I can't remember much. There have been so many people here, it's hard to keep track. So far it's going pretty well. 15 minutes, not too bad. I missed completely the question I asked. Yes, a long time. I can scarcely remember how many years. Time goes slowly in here, and the isolation. Oof. Lady, you have no idea. Or, yeah, he said, madam. The rules don't allow us to leave. I don't know what is happening in the world anymore. Again. But we have our duty, do we not? Who else will care for our patients? May I request access to the Institute's archives? There should be some information there about the man I'm looking for, Mr. Du Pre. I am sorry, Doctor, but the archives are private. We must not allow anyone to access them without the proper authority. Many of our patients come from good families, you see, and we take great care to respect their privacy. But do not look so crestfallen. You would not find much in any case. It is a long time since we have been organized. A bookshelf. These books are not volumes of psychiatry or medical science, but old serial novels for the patients to read. A portrait of a severe-looking man, most probably the founder of the Institute. A serene, bucolic landscape with gentle color. What the bucolic? Oh, it's a painter. Okay. Or I could be wrong. I know someone's going to correct me. I'm sorry, sir. The archives are off limits. Sorry, I didn't know that was the door. An oil picture portraying Difna, the patron saint of psychiatrists, but also of those who suffer neurological disorders and victims of incest. She was killed by her own father, who chopped off her head after she refused to marry him when her mother died. What the fuck? What the fuck? Sorry, I know I shouldn't swear, but Jesus. How do I even edit swears out? Questions for later. This must be the recreational wing, where patients relax and pass the time. Perhaps here I can find someone who met Alexandre Du Pre while he was institutionalized. A cheerful pastoral scene. A sunny beach lapped with waves of a gentle sea. A marble bust of Hygeia, Greek goddess of physical and mental health. Hygeia? The stone bust keeps the patient's company. Silent company. A man wearing a worn-out military uniform, lost in God knows what thoughts. Let's talk with him. Excuse me, sir. I could not help notice your uniform. Were you in the army? Leave me alone. You do not want to talk to a coward such as myself. Sir? Leave me alone. I am just a coward. Sir? Okay. The warm decoration of this room suggests a great deal of sensitivity to the patient's moral needs. Well, at least that's comforting to know, considering it's Victorian England and an insane asylum. Maybe not an insane asylum? The warm... oh, same thing. A variety of old-fashioned landscapes that portray nature as tame and welcoming. What's up, Jeeves? Good morning, madam. You're not a Jeeves, you're a Jane. My name is Wakefield. I'm looking for a former patient of this institution. The rumbling. The rumbling. She doesn't seem to have noticed me. Have you been living here for long? Madam, if I may persist, have you been living here for long? The rumbling. I'm looking for a former patient at the hospital. Maybe you have met him? An eyeless gaze. I'm looking for a man called Alexandre Du Pre. Gotcha. What a strong reaction upon hearing Mr. Du Pre's name. She must have met him. How can I get her to talk to me? Good morning. I am psychiatrist Dr. Wakefield. Quite an impressive institution you have here. Can I ask for your assistance? I'm looking for a former patient of this institution. His name is Du Pre. I'm sorry, sir. I have never heard that name before. Maybe one of your senior colleagues could know something about this former patient. Well, you could ask Miss Riswell. In the entrance hall. She has been here for years, maybe for too long. You know, we caretakers live here with the patients, and we are not allowed to leave the asylum's premises. This life can get to you if you don't take proper care. I try to keep as much distance as possible from the lunatics. The asylum is quite big, but I can't help noticing there aren't many patients around. Well, apart from those in the isolation ward, it is true that there are not many patients at present, but there are even fewer of us caretakers now. We are only 3 for the whole hospital, for what I've been told. In the old times, the income was enough to provide for everything we needed. A complete staff, proper accommodations for the patients, and the best doctors. But as the newer, bigger regional asylums were built, the Crown's support was gradually withdrawn from East Hill. Soon, everyone started leaving, and this is what remains. I will leave you. Well, thank you in any case. I will leave you to work in peace. Thank you, you crazy bastard. I'm not crazy. Thank you, Doctor. What? You don't like me? Go away. Oh, okay. There's a thin piece of metal holding the window open. Feeling that was a bad idea. Let's keep it closed so the room stays dark and I can see clearly through the mirror. Oh! I did a thing without even realizing it. A glass jar full of transparent liquid that may or may not be water. There's a coin resting at the bottom. Is that vinegar? A 6pence. Dark as the room is now, I can see through the false mirror. There's a man on the other side, heavily restrained, desperately trying to free himself. He has an expression of unbearable horror on his face. Sorry, I didn't mean to shake it. Is this actually working, or is it still going to be panned left or right? Okay, well, I'll find out later. 6pence, is it? Here. Thank you, sir. Did someone want a newspaper? Do you want a newspaper? Oh, why, thank you kindly. How thoughtful you are. That... that was way too easy. This is the hospital archive where a record of each patient must be stored. If Mr. Du Pre was really committed to East Hill, his file should be here somewhere. Maybe you should close the door. It has been a long time since this desk was last used. It is covered in discarded papers and pens and a noticeable layer of dust. The drawers are all locked. This key is bloody useless. The cabinet contains many documents detailing treatment of patients, ranging from 2 decades ago to last year. His file is right here. Du Pre, Alexandre, room 108A. All the files are missing. All the files are missing! It was as if they had been torn out. Only a little piece of paper remains, with an address written on it, Paul Street, 26. Could that be where Alexandre Du Pre lived before he was committed to this hospital? Paul Street? I should follow this new lead and see if it takes me somewhere useful. Before that, no. It's all the way across London. I did promise a guy. No, I promised a guy. Metal locker, small size objects. Some personal effects, probably sent in by the patient's families, but deemed unsafe by caretakers. One of them is a stack of thick sheets of paper, carelessly bound, together bearing drawings and paintings of a troubled mind. Only a couple of pictures in their frames. I did say I'd get it for him. Okay. Promise is a promise. Here, are these your drawings? Great wonder! They're back! Someday they will understand light and shape as I understand them. Thank you, friend. If you want, take these cardboard sheets. Thanks to you, I have no need of them. It's on the other side of London. What? I guess it would take that long to get here. The door is number 24. I'm looking for 26. Number 26. Where's 25? Oof. I had Indian food before this. It was good, but... yeah. This is the place I was looking for, but the door's bricked up. I must find another way to get in. The windows are so thoroughly cemented over that it almost mixes with the facade. Back door. The ruins of an old chapel, apparently destroyed by fire. A mess of wooden planks. The remains of benches and chairs. Well, I assumed going backwards would help, but I guess not. We have to go through number 24? Okay, shimmy up the pipe? No? Knock on the door and be polite? Ugh. It's gonna be one of these again. Don't worry, be there soon. Oh, there's more. There's someone on their knees praying. Their face is covered by a hood. An improvised altar covered in candles. The wooden cross remains almost intact. There we are. That's where I want to go. There's a hole in the wall. It is too dark to see what is on the other side. Ma'am, I am taking a candle. With this candle, I can light the... oh, yeah. It's like it's a lantern or something. It's a primitive lantern. Looks like this is the hole that leads into the building next door. This guy's stupid. Very stupid. Are you sure you're a doctor? So I need this part of me more. Like crows here or something? This must be the interior of the bricked up building. I saw it in the street. Mr. Du Pre's former residence. I cannot tell who's depicted in the portrait since it is too badly damaged. It seems someone crushed it into the floor. There's something among the ashes. It is a piece of paper. Looks like some kind of message, but there's only one half here. The paper has been carefully burnt. There's a piece of paper on the table. Silly. The paper shows some seemingly random letters. It seems as if half of it's missing. This is strange. I've put both halves back together, but some letters seem to be missing from the right half. The message does not seem to make any kind of sense. I know what it is. Kind of. A military medal. There's a relief of Her Majesty and the Queen and several pieces of metal engraved with the names of battles unknown to me. I'll take this with me. Maybe it will mean something to one of Alexandra's fellow patients in the hospital. A few books remain on the shelf, mostly doubtful treatises in the chemistry and alchemy. Among the titles are the... I'm not reading that. The anonymous work, Turba Philosophorum, and Ludwig Prin's Mysteries of the Worm. A large metal safe. Oh, it's a code? I'm gonna come back to that. But this metal, I had one just like this. This metal, I had one just like this. Got it after the Battle of Leong's Neck in Majuba Hill in 1881. A decade ago now. For distinguished conduct in the field, it said. What a farce. So you are in the army, as I thought. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Dr. Wakefield. Sergeant William Conghill, Her Majesty's 6th Light Infantry. Are you another one of those alienists? Do you doctors not realize the cowardice cannot be cured by your arts? Why are they keeping you here? The doctors say I suffer from a nervous disorder. I believe this is the term for when they themselves, with all their learning, do not know what to say. But I know. The true name of my sickness. It is pure cowardice. I am looking for a former patient of this hospital. You may have met him? His name is Alexandre Du Pre. Yes, I did know a man by that name. We met briefly. He was here when I arrived. What do you know about him? He was a proper lad, educated. He listened closely to the stories of the other inmates, but he kept his own to himself. We talked a lot. He was very close to Miss Cohn, too. I think they got here at the same time, but when he left, he did so alone. I wonder what has become of him since. Who is this Miss Cohn? She is a patient here, the lady with the tempestuous character. You may have encountered her already. She has not been the same since Mr. Du Pre left. You know, she always sits to the side, alone and silent. I doubt you could talk to her at all. Even if you tried, she sees things, or at least she thinks she does. What did you talk about, Mr. Du Pre and you? We talked about my time in the south of Africa. I don't like to talk about that, but he somehow made me want to. He was persuasive. He was very interested in one specific story, almost obsessive about it. He wanted to know every little detail. Could you tell me that story? I am trying to find a patient of mine who has gone missing, and this could be my only hope of finding him. I don't like to relive those memories. A missing patient, you say? All right. Maybe my story will be of some use then. It happened during the Battle of Majuba Hill. I am sure if you've heard of it. In March of 81. The attack of the Boer army had taken us by surprise, and our regiment was forced to split up. We quickly found ourselves alone, just a few men lost in the barren plain, but I don't want to bore you. No, sir, you certainly aren't. Please continue. Huh? As I said, we were few, and we were sure the enemy was lurking out there. In the cold air of dusk, a thick fog formed quickly, masking everything around us. We could barely see each other. Then the others started to disappear in the fog, which is getting thicker and thicker. I could still hear their footsteps for a while, then nothing. I guess I can screw myself on that last one. It's a bit foggy here. Haha. I felt something in there, not far. A murmur of a beat drum or something, who knows. All of a sudden my feet felt something in the mud. A body. They were all there. Dead, I guess. Spookums. Very spookums. Very spookums. Very spookums. Sorry. Ooh. Then, the mist cleared out. What had happened? I never knew for certain. I didn't see anything, or if I did, my mind refused to bear such memories. What happened to Captain Skid? When he finally regained consciousness, it was like someone else looked out at us through his eyes. I guess whatever happened affected him, changed him. One second. Lord forbid. Okay. Still got the piano though. I guess whatever happened affected him, changed him. I know he came back to London. Mr. Du Pre asked me of his whereabouts. Maybe he tried to contact him to hear the rest of his story. He was quite preoccupied by it. Do you know where I can find Captain Skid? Last I heard from fellow veterans, he had lost himself to a frenzy of alcohol, opium, and very bad company. This downward spiral led him, as many others, to a wretched nadir, a dirty hole, deep in St. Giles' Rookery, known as the Crimson Nest, mayhap. You'll find him there, alive even, if you're lucky. Here, here's a picture of our regiment. You can see him there. No, I can't. St. Giles. Not bad. Not bad. I've only been recording for... Okay, I think that's time. Okay. Well, I think it's time we can say, I'm not sure how long it's going to be next, but I'm going to call it here for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and a comment. A like. I guess I need those, and a comment if it's constructive and help me for long. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.